Good evening, viewers. You're now watching Hornbill TV's Prime Time. Starting off with Spain's Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, who has called on the European Union to sever its association's agreement with Israel, saying that the bloc cannot maintain ties with a government that violates its core principles. In a post on X, Sanchez said the time has come for the EU to break its association agreement with Israel. We have nothing against the people, quote-unquote, of Israel, quite the contrary. But a government that violates international law and therefore the principles and values of the EU cannot be our partner. He also said no to war, as he posted. Speaking at a Socialist Workers' Party rally in Gibraltar under the slogan Defend Public Services, he said Spain would formally take the proposal to European institutions on Tuesday.
Esta guerra, que es un inmenso error, no solamente está costando miles de vidas humanas, está costando también millones de desplazados en toda la región de Oriente Medio y billones, con B, billones de euros de pérdidas económicas y de afectación al bolsillo de la gente más corriente de nuestro país. Por eso, yo le pido a los que iniciaron esta guerra que paren esta guerra y que paren los pies a Netanyahu. Que paren esta guerra y que paren los pies a Netanyahu. Y digo más. Y digo más. Y digo más. Compañeros, compañeras. Y digo más. Este martes, el Gobierno de España llevará a Europa la propuesta de que la Unión Europea rompa su acuerdo de asociación con Israel. Y lo vamos a hacer. Y lo vamos a hacer no porque tengamos nada, al contrario, somos un pueblo amigo del pueblo de Israel, pero no estamos de acuerdo con las acciones que está llevando a cabo su gobierno. Y aquel gobierno que viola el derecho internacional y, por tanto, viola los principios y valores de la Unión Europea no puede ser socio de la Unión Europea. Es así de simple, así de sencillo. Y por eso pido el apoyo de todos los países de la Unión Europea a esta propuesta española.
The death toll increased to 23 in a fatal accident at a firecracker manufacturing unit in the Virudhunagar district of Tamil Nadu. District Collector N.O. Sukhaputra said that a second blast during rescue operations injured 13 personnel. District Collector of Virudhunagar said of the 23 deaths, 19 bodies have been identified, 16 of them are women and 3 are men. 6 injured are in the ICU. He also said that while the rescue operations was being carried out, a second blast occurred, as a result of which approximately 13 people, including the police, fire and rescue team, revenue team and volunteers who were involved in the rescue work, were hospitalized. He added that none of the 13 injured rescuers had sustained serious injuries and that medical teams were treating them. The district administration said a senior IAS officer has been appointed to assist with rescue and relief operations. An FIR has been filed as an investigation is underway.
In Virudhunagar district, Virudhunagar Taluk, Muthulingapuram village, the firecracker incident occurred. In that incident, now 23 deaths occurred. Among the 23 deaths, now 19 bodies has arrived, and among the 19 bodies identified, and among the 19 bodies, 16 are women and 3 are men, and 6 injured are in ICU. They are giving them special treatment under the leadership of our Dean sir. Our health secretary is directed to mobilize the special teams from Madurai Medical College and Tirunelveli Medical College. They are taking all the care of the patients admitted here. Second thing, we have made special arrangements for the who have already expired. For them, once we identify the bodies, the inquest will be conducted. Then special arrangements will be made for the postmortem in the night also. We have conducted.
How many officials of the police and the rescue teams have been injured and second?
Actually, so when we carrying out that operations, rescue operations, unexpectedly there was a second blast occurred. So that was the major point for injury, cause of the injury of officials involved, police, our fire and rescue team, revenue team, and volunteers who are involved in the rescue work. But for them, around 13 people admitted in the hospital. Now there is no much serious injuries, but some fractures and head injuries are there. Our medical team is taking care of it. Yes, we have made the special arrangement for all type of treatment. So we will take.
Does anybody identified in casualties? Does anybody identified in the casualties?
11 bodies were identified.
Identified people in casualties.
11 identified. 11 identified.
Any minister coming, you said that any minister coming. Is this any 11 years old kids was in accident?
Till now actually. So, no, special IAS officer, senior IAS officer is appointed to assist the district administration and to take care of this work, rescue and assisting. Sir is coming actually. Senior.
Any actions taken to the factory owner?
Yes, actually we have filed an FIR and we will be SP sir are in touch with.
Was the cause behind this blast? Crime of was the cause behind the blast?
We will check. Inquiry is going on. Once the inquiry is completed, so we can identify the proper cause and we will take the proper action.
Special officer name, sir?
Govinda Rao, 2011 batch sir. Now sir is MD, Tamil Nadu Power Generation Corporation. Yes, thank you.
You are also in the second time blasting the area spot now. What is the main reason for the second time blasting?
No, actually, as per the primary report, when the chemicals are left over, so that these type of secondary blasts are common. So we have to take care.
Are you sure that it won't repeat in the rescue?
We'll take all the measures. So such kind of incident will not happen.
At the groundbreaking ceremony of 3D glass solutions, Intel CEO Leap Bhutan highlighted the significance of the project as a major step towards strengthening India's semiconductor ecosystem and advancing global technology collaboration. Joining the event on virtual mode, Tan expressed appreciation for the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, whose vision has positioned India as a competitive and trusted semiconductor hub. He also acknowledged Ashwini Vaishnav and the India Semiconductor Mission for their strategic direction and execution in driving industry growth. Tan extended his gratitude to Odisha Chief Minister Mohan Charan Maji and the government of Odisha for their proactive support and partnership in enabling the project. Emphasizing the future of the semiconductor industry, Tan noted that advanced packaging, heterogeneous integration and substrate technologies will play a crucial role in performance and innovation. He underscored that 3D glass solution is well positioned to contribute significantly in this space. Highlighting Odisha's strength, Tan pointed its reliable infrastructure including power, water resources and skilled workforce as key enablers for advanced manufacturing. The new facility is expected to generate high-quality employment, foster local talent and contribute to building a resilient semiconductor ecosystem in India. Tan concluded by expressing confidence that the project will evolve into a center of excellence, strengthening global supply chains and reinforcing India's role in the semiconductor industry. We'll now take a short break. Stay tuned.
Carbonated drinks lang exam. Carbonated beverages la consumptions ajikali bishu these. Ajikali la chokra chokri kan aru chutu bacha kan itu carbonated beverages bishi khai ase. Holewi itu adat to bi ase. Kile kole itu beverages khante nutrients nai. Holewi calories bishi ase. Aru vitamins aru minerals bishi komti ase. Researchers khan bara pato itu carbonated beverages te artificial sugar aru acids bishi ase. Itu bara gaute bimar itu khan ulai. Type 2 diabetes, obesity, that laga kishim infections. Upai to ki ase? Carbonated beverages laga jagate buttermilk, coconut pani, chini na thaka juice aru fresh fruit juices khali. Itu khan to khawale bhal aru health kane bi bhal ase. Itu karne carbonated beverages itu khan na khage te bhabili. Issued in public interest by Food Safety Nagaland Department of Health and Family Welfare.
Gauri bal pra kiniga dangor hoi jane bole mon ase. Gauri kane spunky kuigina dana introduce kuri ase. Kuntu bal pra saigina gauri ge nutrition digina dangor banabole nimide ola laga ase. Itu do Messrs. Didi Poultry Khatkati Karbi Anglong Assam kuntu check ke do sorde ase tade pai jabo.
India has raised alarm over attacks on two of its ships attempting to cross the Strait of Hormuz on Saturday. One of the vessels attacked was identified as the Sanmar Herald. No one was injured and the vessels were not damaged. Sources said the two ships, however, had to turn back after the incident of northeast of Oman in the shipping lane critical for oil trade. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri said India is deeply disturbed and has contacted the Iranian authorities to convey its deep concern and for ensuring respect for the safety of mariners and respect for the principle of unimpeded passage through international waterways.
Insofar as India's own position is concerned and how we are dealing with it, obviously the impact of this conflict is being felt by us in various spheres, in the energy availability sphere, obviously, as many other countries are feeling. We also have a very large Indian expatriate community, nearly 10 million people who live in the Gulf. And then obviously we are concerned by the fallout of this conflict for regional security in general, and for the Gulf countries and Iran in particular. We have said from the outset that, first of all, the sovereignty and territorial integrity of all countries must be respected, and that if there are any issues, they ought to be resolved through dialogue and diplomacy. We have asked for de-escalation to be prioritized, for the safety of civilians to be prioritized, for civilian targets, for civilian areas and establishments not to be targeted. Most importantly, we have called for respect for maritime shipping and mariners. Concern for their safety is paramount as far as we are concerned. We were the first country to lose mariners on board merchant ships. I think 4 of our people on board ships were killed. I think 1 is still missing. And therefore, we are extremely disturbed by the attacks that took place on merchant mariners. We have also maintained very, very clearly that international waterways must remain free and open for unimpeded passage of shipping of all kinds, whether it is energy-related trade or other kinds of commerce. And this is the reason why, as you mentioned with regard to the incident related to Indian ships that came under attack yesterday, we were deeply disturbed by this, and we contacted the Iranian authorities and conveyed to them our very deep concern at this development, and for again to ensure respect for the safety of mariners and respect for the principle of unimpeded passage through international waterways, which is what the Strait of Hormuz is.
A gunman in Louisiana killed 8 children, including 7 of his own, and shot 2 other people in an early morning attack carried out in 2 different houses on Sunday, April 19th, in one of the deadliest mass shootings in the country in more than 2 years, authorities said. Those killed ranged in age from 1 to 12, and one of the adults wounded was the mother of the suspect's children, said Shreveport Police Department spokesperson Chris Baudouin. Officers said that the shooting began at 10 on Sunday, local time. The suspect shot 10 people before fleeing in a car which was stolen. Shreveport Police Department spokesperson Baudouin said that they chased and killed him. 2 adult women, including the mother of the children, are in critical condition. The suspect has been identified as Shamar Elkins. Shreveport Mayor's Communication Director Leigh Anne Ivansky told the BBC. The suspect shot a woman on the street before going to a nearby residence where he killed the 8 children, one of whom was not akin to him, according to police. One of the victims ran to a nearby home and called authorities, police said. They say the gunman acted alone. A 9th child jumped from the roof and was in hospital. Shreveport Police Chief Wayne Smith also said that his heart went out to the entire community. Quote unquote, he said he cannot begin to imagine how such an event can occur. Iran's hardline Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has effectively taken control of the country's military and diplomatic decision-making, according to a report by the New York Post, citing regional analysts. The shift is said to have taken place over the weekend, with IRGC Commander Ahmad Vahidi and his close allies assuming a dominant leadership role within the Islamic Republic. The development comes amid rising tensions in the Strait of Hormuz and Tehran's move to bypass planned ceasefire negotiations with the United States. The Washington-based Institution for the Study of War reported that more moderate figures, including Foreign Affairs Minister Abbas Araghchi, have been sidelined. Although Araghchi had indicated willingness to reopen the strategic waterways after talks with the Trump administration, the IRGC reportedly overruled him, insisting the strait remain closed in response to U.S. pressure on Iranian ports. According to the report, Vahidi has secured backing from Mohammad Bagher Zoldagar, Secretary of Iran's Supreme National Security Council, strengthening his grip over military and strategic operations. The IRGC has increased its presence in the region, relying heavily on fast attack vessels following losses to its conventional naval forces in recent conflicts. Tensions escalated further after Iran reportedly targeted at least 3 ships attempting to pass through the strait, leaving hundreds of vessels stranded in Persian Gulf and reinforcing the blockade. Zoldagar's influence has also extended into diplomatic efforts. He was added to Iran's negotiating team earlier this month to ensure alignment with IRGC directives and the authority of Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei. The Institute for the Study of War noted internal divisions within the delegation, reporting that Zoldagar complained to IRGC leadership that Araghchi had exceeded his mandate by showing flexibility on Iran's support for the so-called axis of resistance. This reportedly led to a recall of the negotiating team to Tehran, backed by figures including Hossein Tayyip. The report suggests that Vahidi, alongside Mojtaba Khamenei, has now emerged as the key decision-maker in Iran, effectively placing the IRGC above civilian leadership figures such as parliamentary leader Mohammad Bagher Khalibaf. Analysts say this power shift significantly limits prospects for engagement with the West, as figures like Araghchi and Ghalibaf lack the authority to influence policy. The developments also challenge claims from Washington that Iran's leadership had moderated following recent losses of senior officials. With no clear timeline for renewed talks, uncertainty remains over whether the fragile ceasefire will hold beyond the current deadline. We'll now take a short break. Stay tuned.
संविधान के शिल्पी बाबा साहेब डॉक्टर भीमराव अंबेडकर जी के आदर्शों को आधार बनाकर उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार विभिन्न कल्याणकारी योजनाएं संचालित कर रही है। यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के मार्गदर्शन एवं माननीय मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ जी के संकल्पों से प्रदेश में वंचितों, दलितों एवं अति पिछड़े वर्गों के छात्रों को कोचिंग एवं छात्रवृत्ति उपलब्ध कराई जा रही है। मुख्यमंत्री कन्या सुमंगला योजना, मुख्यमंत्री सामूहिक विवाह योजना, प्रधानमंत्री एवं मुख्यमंत्री आवास योजना का लाभ सुनिश्चित किया गया है। प्रदेश सरकार की समावेशी नीति से आज प्रदेश के करोड़ों वंचितों को गरिमापूर्ण जीवन जीने का अधिकार मिला है। प्रदेश के 75 जनपदों में स्थापित डॉक्टर अंबेडकर की मूर्तियों का डॉक्टर भीमराव रामजी अंबेडकर मूर्ति विकास योजना के अंतर्गत सौंदर्यीकरण एवं संरक्षण कार्य किया जाएगा। वंचितों की उन्नति का आधार डबल इंजन सरकार।
Do you really know what you're eating? Not all eggs are the same. Choose Junaki eggs you can trust. At Junaki, quality begins at the source. Fresh, safe, and perfect for your family.
Every Junaki egg is lab tested for safety and problem harmful bacteria.
Bring home the nutrition your family truly deserves.
Welcome back, viewers. Business leaders from India and South Korea signed several memorandums of understanding across sectors including steel, shipbuilding, digital services and energy during the India-Korea Business Forum. The MOU signing took place in the presence of Jung Kwan Kim and Piyush Goyal at the forum organized on the occasion of the Lee Jae-myung state visit to India. Addressing the gathering, Goyal said the two countries must focus on unlocking the next phase of the economic partnership, describing the visit as the beginning of a new chapter in bilateral ties. He added that both sides had agreed to work on a fast-track basis to upgrade the comprehensive economic partnership, address non-tariff barriers, ease rules of origin, expand market access and facilitate smoother business operations between the two nations with the aim of achieving a more balanced economic partnership.
Friends, this delta of opportunity from 4 trillion to 30 trillion in the next 2.5 decades provides a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for businesses to grow and look at bright prospects, particularly given the large, talented young population that India has, the aspirations of 1.4 billion Indians, the fact that we have a rapidly rising middle class with significant increase in their incomes, all of these make for very good destination for Korean investment, Korean manufacturing. Our bilateral trade is of course about $27 billion. We have been tasked by our two leaders, President and Prime Minister, that we should double this by 2030. That's 4 years. So we are looking at about 18% growth if we have to double it in the next 4 years. But I still believe that's not the true potential of this partnership. Given the size and scale of the opportunity, of the work that both countries are doing, the amount of effort that the leadership of the two countries is investing in this relationship, I think we need to focus on unlocking the next phase of this partnership. And towards that end, this visit is going to be a very, very defining start of a new chapter. We have agreed to work on a fast track, on a mission mode, to upgrade the comprehensive economic partnership, addressing several non-tariff barriers, making it easier to do business between the two countries, easing the rules of origin, expanding market access, and opening up the doors in both countries so that we can aim to grow towards a more balanced economic partnership and not one which is defined by very large trade deficits. Friends, the signing of the MOU on the India-Korea Industrial Cooperation Committee with 4 working groups covering trade, industry, strategic resources and clean energy is a landmark step in that direction. I'm also happy to report to you that Prime Minister Modi and President Lee have today discussed setting up a large industrial township, a Korea enclave in India with plug-and-play infrastructure to encourage greater investments and invite more Korean companies to come and leverage the large India demand, as well as the open doors, the preferential access that India today enjoys in almost 2/3 of global trade or 2/3 of the global GDP, given the 9 free trade.
That's all for now. Thank you for watching Hornbill TV.